And how about our old friend Joe Biden? How about our old friend Joe Biden? My mom, Joe, psychic download. He's going to drop his campaign. He's going to drop out of the race. Before the election, he's dropping out, either due to an illness or an issue with a family member. Watch this. Mom, really? Yep. You heard it here first. All right. So I made sure I've told this story no less than like 10 times now. So that when it happens, oh yeah, that old jerk Joe, right again. Ego. He's got an ego. I see little troll comments. This guy's got an ego. Yeah, I've got an ego. Listen, you want to see an ego? I'll turn it on. I'll have to reach real deep down and turn it on. Because it's very tame. Turn it on. Add a little fuel to it. Spark it up. When these arrests are right in your face. And Donald Trump is using the military. And it's so obvious. It's like stupid. But again, the first patient showed up, my last video. First patient showed up in the tent, the medical tent in Central Park. And they're wearing the pedo ring. The well-known pedo ring. No one was around to catch that. No one was even around to catch that. So, I mean, again, for God's sakes, we should see some kind of visible, lots and lots of people getting arrested. That's what we should be seeing. Ain't no way they're going to do this. It happened and they're arrested and you guys didn't get to watch it. Or are we just going to continue to get fed images like I just showed you? Pedo ring there, this thing there, to let us know they're getting them, but we can't really go public because the population still might flip out. That doesn't make sense to me. It should be obvious, again, and that's what I'm still thinking. So, back to Biden. Washington Examiner. Hannity and O'Reilly claim Biden's family is concerned about candidates' mental health. Posted by Anthony Lenardi, April 1st, 2020, last night at 7:19 p.m. Okay. Fox News host Sean Hannity and former Fox News personality Bill O'Reilly, F it, I'll do it live, that Bill O'Reilly, said Biden insiders, claimed anonymous, again, bear with me, anonymous sources, here we go, but who's it coming from? A trusted source, Sean Hannity. And the fact that I already done told you this, from Mama JSNIP4, psychic reading, whatever, you need to listen to this. So, Fox News host Sean Hannity and former Fox News personality Bill O'Reilly claimed anonymous Democratic sources have lost confidence in former Vice President Joe Biden as the Democratic nominee. During Hannity's Wednesday radio program, O'Reilly said Biden insiders told him Biden's family and friends have great concern about the presidential candidate's mental health. Quote, there is a great concern among Mr. Biden's family and friends about his mental health. Great concern. And his wife is the key, all right? Dr. Jill Biden. She has a PhD in education. They're worried about him, O'Reilly said. And the thinking now is that if Biden can't make it, they'll get him to a couple of weeks before the convention, and then he'll step aside. Holy shit, people. Here it is. I'm going to show you the screen. And the thinking now is that if Biden can't make it, they'll get him to a couple of weeks before the convention, and then he'll step aside, holy shit, for health reasons, and give his delegates to Como. Again, and we're hearing Como's going to run. O'Reilly said, fueling speculation that New York Governor Cuomo may be eyeing a late entry into the 2020 contest, given the high marks he has received for his handling of New York's coronavirus outbreak. Quote, I know this to be true, and I think that may very well happen. I don't see Joe Biden making a comeback from his mental acuity problems. I don't see that, O'Reilly said, though he added he could be wrong. Hannity echoed O'Reilly's speculation, saying he's been told similar stories. Quote, I've heard from many in the Democratic Party, too, that they'd like to do that. And there's angst, anxiety, concern. It's DEFCON 5, he said. In another conservative personality, Fox News host Tucker Carlson also claimed to have insider sources telling him they don't believe Biden has the mental fortitude to last until the 2020 election in November. Quote, I sincerely and totally believe that Joe Biden will not be the Democratic nominee on Election Day, Carlson said on the Lee Duff podcast. Two competing imperatives. We've got to win, but we've got a guy who can't win. Therefore, they're going to replace him, Carlson said. He's not going to make it, and the people around him know that. Trust me, I know them, and I know they know it because they've said it to me. My mom is an awesome mom. She is. Hold on. Sent from heaven above. You know what my mom told me when she was pregnant with me? She said, we were in the house in San Diego. She goes, I was laying on the couch, taking a nap. I kind of woke up briefly. And I don't know if she was taking a nap actually or not. She just said she was on the couch. I'd have to ask her to verify that. But she was on the couch. I remember that. And she said, where your crib was, in this one room we had it set in there. You weren't born yet, but we already had the room set up because it was getting close. She goes, I saw Mother Mary come out of the bedroom holding you in her arms and looking at me, smiling. She's holding my baby boy. I look back at her. She walks back into the room. I'm actually getting chills saying that right now. So, what the hell is that about? Who is JSNIP4? I'm just an average guy. I'm nobody. Just a dude on YouTube. But I'm searching in the mountains of New Mexico for ancient artifacts in a massive, what I think is a massive treasure that's been hidden there long ago, hundreds of years ago. And the time is right for me to go find it. History is going to be changed, potentially, when I find this. And I'm going to help the Native Americans out with a good chunk of that money. Like I've said. And imagine knowing the future with a God, universe, spirit, knows all this. So is my mom, Mother Mary holding me, all this stuff. And here I am as an adult, 42 years old. I'm going to do these great things, help people out. Free these souls that are trapped in this mountain. Ayahuasca trip. Free these poor child souls that are dead, floating around. They don't know where to go. I free them somehow. At least I thought I did in my mind. It was very powerful when I did that in my ayahuasca trip. Nobody has a story like that in ayahuasca. It was my second time, and it was a terrible trip. I just felt terrible about it. Dread and this and that was just bad. But I think about, well, maybe I was tuning in on that energy. Yet I closed my eyes one time and I got sucked in. Did it. Came back out and was like, oh, yeah, okay. I'm like, wow, I've been feeling terrible. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to go in because I'm feeling like bad. It's not a good trip. And yeah, as soon as I close my eyes, something's pulling hardcore. I'm like, oh, no, thanks. I don't know if I want to see whatever that is going to show me or whatever I tune into. I don't know. I'm not liking the way I'm feeling right now. I want to feel like I did the first time. I felt great and wonderful, and I was being taught stuff, and there was love and compassion, all these great feelings. I don't like this feeling. But again, maybe it was that so much darkness would be attached to that. These souls, these children's souls. And I just knew. I had when you're in it, you're plugged in. You know everything. You know all the answers. And I already knew. I didn't have to ask. I already knew. As I saw them turning on this gigantic corkscrew thing, little tiny light pods, and they were like packed together. Like it wasn't just like one next to the other, like rows and rows, and like on each, and this thing would just turn slowly. And it was huge in outer space, like a giant skyscraper, just giant, slowly spinning, and it's just filled. And I'm like, there's hundreds, no, there's thousands, no, there's probably hundreds of thousands more. Oh my God, I don't even know. There's just so many, and I could just feel it. I could feel it. Oh my God, these are victims of like trafficking and satanic ritual abuse. Most don't have a mother, father. I mean, they do technically when you're born, you have one, but they were instantly given away, used and abused. These people don't know what love is. These kids, these babies, they don't know what love is. They don't know what compassion is. They were used like a piece of meat, and it was just killing me. And I'm like, well, again, Mother Ayahuasca, you better be prepared for some shit. Because if there's skeletons in your closet, there's things happening, you're going to learn it and you're going to know it. You may come out a very changed person, usually for the better. People who are addicts, who can't get off stuff like hardcore drugs, they go do this. Next thing you know, I got it. I'm done. I'm never doing that again. And they're able to quit. It's crazy. So Fred had told me, he said, Joe, I have a Native American church that I founded. And we have laws in this country that allow us to use our medicine like peyote and ayahuasca. How would you like to join my church? You too will be able to carry it, use it as medicine. You could even carry golden eagle wings for a ceremony like we Indians, use. Not that I would know what to do. Maybe he could teach me some stuff, but I thought, bingo, there's the retreat. There's the freaking retreat. The spiritual retreat that we're doing. I can now offer, not yet, but he said I could do this under his leadership in the church. He gives me a card, I sign it, I do everything on it, put my face on there, boop, boop, boop. Now I'm legal to use this medicine in a ritual or a ceremony, if you will. And I thought, oh yeah, fantastic. Now I can offer this retreat. Imagine having a big piece of property like JSNIP4. They got acres, and you got places where you can rent and stay, and you can pick your food items for the week, and the chef comes in and cooks, like all that stuff. In the middle of the damn desert, beautiful night sky, doing a freaking ayahuasca retreat. Legally allowed to do it. Oh, man. So, Fred told me that when I saw him. In November. March. A few weeks ago. He showed me his card. He showed me everything. He goes, here's a blank one. Here's how we would do this. And we kind of ran out of time. I had to leave in a hurry. Wife's flipping out. Come home. But I'm going to see him again. I'm sure. I'm positive. Of course. But I even thought, man, imagine bringing him in as one of the days. Hey, on Wednesday night, Uncle Fred's coming in. And he's going to do a healing session with a twist. Wink, wink. Peyote or ayahuasca, which one? Again, he's legally allowed to do it. It's medicine. It's used for ceremony. And I thought, after all the deep state's taken away and all this stuff's gone and we start this hopefully golden age, again, we're in a rough spot and it's going to stay rough for a little while, but I think it's going to get drastically better. And I think, again, universe, Joe, you're going to find that treasure when the time's right. Don't try to hurry. We'll run your ass over with your Jeep and stop you from coming. Even though I still went. But I couldn't climb nothing because my knees hurt so bad. Except for the last 2 days. We went up there, didn't really do much of anything. And then I said, well, my knees are going to be better in a couple months. We're going back. Went back in November and got some good amount of work done. Found the eagle head thing I showed you, buried 6-7 feet down. That has a freaking initials on it. Desiree, you're going to find a trinket this trip. Soon. No, for sure soon. Maybe this next trip. And then after that, 2-3 more trips after that, you're going to find what you're looking for. Man, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Because I think I know what's in there. I don't know the size of it. And the signs as we dig are saying, signs everywhere. Sign, dig here, don't dig here. Can you read the sign? So, is this my new path? Opening a big retreat center and offering people to come, stay. I'm going to have a bunch of little mini cabins. It'll be nice. Like, I enjoyed JSNIP4, by the way. I had a great experience at JSNIP4. I know Cliff High can't stand James Gilliland for some reason. I don't know why. But I had a very positive experience. And I did a video as soon as Cliff High started talking about him. I was like, man, I need to do a video because I actually went there, dude. You didn't go there. I've been there. And some pretty interesting things were happening there, and I can't explain. And meeting the people there and being part of some of the stuff we did, it was great. It was a really great experience. That got me going on my crazy spiritual retreat thing. Not the retreat, but my spiritual awakening, which led me to where I'm at now and thinking about all these possibilities. But you find yourself a little treasure. You got some funding all of a sudden. And where I was going with that was, on the JSNIP4 property, they have like these little small rooms that you kind of rent, and like maybe a shared bathroom at the house, or outside there's a shared shower and bathroom area for anyone else who brings in tents or RVs or some of the other houses that or buildings that you don't have a bathroom inside. Again, you got to work with what you got. I'm not down on the guy. It was a great place, and I'm sure if he had a ton of money, he could do, let me get some cabins and let me really spruce this thing up. You could do that. But again, on a budget, that's not possible. So no disrespect to him, because I really enjoyed the place. But if I could do something similar, and I got me a nice chunk of change all of a sudden, man, I'm really gonna make this place badass. JC, Dave, let's go, baby. What are we gonna do with this? Money is now no object. What do you want to do? Give me your vision, JC? What did the French say? Vision. Give me the vision. Dave, in Californian speak, what do they say for vision? They just say vision. Oh, okay, got it. But I can just imagine the type of place I could build. And again, I swear, Cliff I even said to Webbot, dude, I don't know what the hell it is about you, but Universe really likes you. I was in his Webbot report 3 times. He kept it out private. Said, check this out. You're going to have a near workplace incident, near miss at your workplace. Dude, you know I sit in a chair all day programming sometimes, whatever, doing IT work. What the F possibly could happen as a don't know, dude, but that's what it said. Okay. 2 weeks later, almost zapped my foot with the power supply that exploded. And I saw like sparks of epic proportions, like literal lightning, little mini lightning bolts. Not just a spark. Inches from my right foot. I think it was my right foot. Jumped up, smoke in the whole damn room. I thought the damn fire alarm was about to go off. Heart beating. Oh my god, Cliff Ice near miss. Holy shit. But he did another one, and he nailed that one, and then he did a third one. Not that he did it. I think it just... Well, he did say I run my friends every now and then, so I think he did do it. And he said, man, I don't know what it is about you, but Universe really likes you. He goes, looks like around circa 2020, the title Enterprise Joe is coming up. So whatever you're doing, dude, good for you. Go for it. The Universe likes you. And I'm like, what the hell am I going to be doing? This is like in 2015 or 2016 he's telling me this. Well, I started my Patreon last year. Or well, actually, was it late 2018? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was late 2018. It's been going on, doing pretty well. YouTube revenue helps a little bit. But imagine if I find this freaking wealth. Dude, Universe likes you. It likes you so much, it's helping and pushing you right to the effing spot. And when you walk there, I look around, I'm like, we're on the side of a, cliffside. And it's not small, it's huge. You could literally have a hole, this big, that's the way in. And it's all covered, dirt, rock, rubble. It all looks the same. It's a needle in a haystack. And I'm like, how the hell could I have possibly put us on the right spot where we found big-ass rocks telling you, wink, wink, keep going. There's something down here. Keep going, buddy. All right, move that rock out of the way. Oh, follow this crack back. Oh, that's what that meant. Oh, got it. Oh, go straight down. Hey, what's that hollow sound? Oh, I don't know. Let's keep going. Oh my god, we just found a hole in the ground. Oh, the tool almost fell right through it. 3 feet down, no more rock, no more dirt. There's a few pieces of rock blocking it. I couldn't go further, but all of a sudden, no more dirt. Huh. You don't say. And of course, I'm trying to get back there as much as possible. I'm dying. I want to go back right now. Corona or no, let's go, baby. But again, maybe all this deep state, all this evil has to go away. Now it's time for you to get it, Mr. JSNIP4, because we know what you're going to do with the money. You're going to help the natives. You're going to open up a spiritual retreat. People are going to start, during this process of what's happening right now, we're stuck at home. We're questioning things. We're looking at things differently. People are going to start wanting to know certain things. Their inner guidance, their spiritual side, all kinds of stuff's about to go down. And they may be looking for a place to go. And I will welcome them at, I don't even know what the 3 Kings Ranch. JC, Dave, and Joe. The 3 Kings, I don't know if I'd call it that, but, that name was given to us by an Indian woman. But, I'm not looking at myself like a freaking king. I don't know about that. It would be some kind of neat name that fit. That's all I would know. Take people, hey guys, we're going to go up the mountain. I'm going to show you a couple of spots that are interesting. Of course, you're not going to my main spot, but I'm going to show you, or the other 2 spots. I'm going to show you a couple of cool spots, some history here. Do you know that President Leo Roosevelt stood right here at this one mine site? Here's a picture of him in this book. Why the hell was he out in the same mountain that I'm at? What was he looking for? And he was a Freemason, by the way. think it was Roosevelt. And I believe the picture I'm talking about, I think, is in that book I told you guys. If you want a cool read about treasure stuff in this area of New Mexico, Victoria Peak, Doc Noss story, the Gold House. The Gold House. The Gold House trilogy. It's on Amazon. 3-book series, Kindle edition if you prefer. And I don't remember, I'm going to click on it. Sign in. Because I don't remember if I got the book or actual Kindle version. I can't remember. I want to say I thought I read it online. So if it tells me, hey, read it now. Kindle readers. The Gold House. Now that I'm logged in. Just want to see if because I can't remember. Paperback Gold House. Oh, that's House of Gold. No, I want the Gold House trilogy. Gold House, the Discovery, Book 1. That's the one. Whoa. Oh, that's a different one. John Clarence, that's the guy. The Gold House, $925 hardcover. What the That's Book 2. The Lies, the Thefts, Book 2 of the Gold House. And in executive order, Book 3 of the Gold House. So my friend, the movie guy I was telling you about, he said, just get the first one. I mean, yeah, you can read all 3, but the first one, dude, that's the one you want. So yeah, if I click read now, I already own it online. And I'm signing in. Why isn't that password working? Go to the furthest read location. Make this the furthest. I'm going to pause for a second because I thought it was in here. I'm going to just show you a screenshot, so give me a second. Alright, so now I'm looking. I don't think it was actually this book. It was another one that showed the Franklin D. Roosevelt standing at a mine that I've actually driven by. It's a cool little spot, by the way. And they're like, oh, there's the tree he stood by right there. It's a different book, I believe. But I do want to show you this page. This is of the trilogy, the first book. This guy, they found this Spanish armor. This is real 300-400-year-old Spanish armor that they found. And this guy used to wear it in parades in the local town. He'd ride a horse too and just wear it. Just because, you know, like, it's awesome. It's real armor. So here it is. One of the pieces in the treasure Benny always admired was a complete suit of ancient Spanish armor. Doc liked him a great deal and allowed him to remove it from the treasure. It included an old Spanish helmet and an armored breastplate, each clad with chainmail, all shown here. Ova, which is Doc's wife, said that Benny wore it many times and while riding horseback in parades in the area. His younger brother believes that Benny sold the armor to a museum in Denver, Colorado. Another photo of him posing with the armor appeared in New Mexico Sentinel on December 22nd, my birthday, 1939. That's interesting. The article read that Samaniego found it the other day in a cave in the Cabal Mountains, 50 miles north and east of Las Cruces. Ova told Terry that was the story Doc and Benny agreed on. We didn't want anyone to know that the armor came from Victoria Peak. We didn't want to draw any more attention to what we had found. We were having enough problems as it was after word got out about the treasure. So, it's an awesome story. It's only like $10, I think, on Amazon Kindle. The first one. I've not read the second or third. I only read the first one. That's the only one I paid for. It's a freaking cool story. The Doc Noss story. And I remember, I think it was Desiree. She was one of the first times she read me, and she goes, this thing you're looking for out in the, mountains out there. I said, yeah. She goes, there's going to be, I think, a younger or young lady, girl, that finds out one day, ultimately, that what you guys are doing out there, and she's going to present herself to you. Oh, I'm related to the family, the Doc Noss family. In some way, she's related. And she goes, I'm just telling you, don't just, oh, okay, well, you're related. If we find something, we'll give you something. No, no, no. It may not even been something of Doc Noss's anyways. And she was channeling Doc Noss at the time. Because I asked her to. I was curious about it. And she was telling me shit that I only knew from reading this book. That things that I already knew that I didn't know, like, oh, I didn't know that, was in this book. It's the only source I ever knew. There's no way in hell Desiree could have known that, because she didn't even know the guy's name until the day of the reading, when she started reading me. And I asked her right there on the spot, can you do this guy's name? Is Milton E. Noss, also known as Doc Noss. Boom. She starts telling me shit that's in this book that ain't nowhere else. I'm like, okay, she's got him. So I said, well, wait a minute. You're channeling him, and you're also telling me don't just give this person any kind of bonus treasure or whatever. She goes, yeah. I was like, well, if I find something that he found and left in there, which they typically left it in there until they needed pieces of it to sell, because if they got caught with all of it, they'd get in trouble back in the day. It was illegal to own gold. I was like, is he literally telling you don't hook his family member up? She goes, well, no, it's not like that. She's like, he didn't own it. It wasn't his either. It's like finders keepers. He's gone now. He's dead. You find it. It's finders keepers. She's like, that's what he's telling me. She goes, if this girl ever presents herself to you, which she thinks she will, you're going to have to say, well, I appreciate you being related to the family, but what are you providing us? Are you helping us in any way? Do you have some old map? Do you have some old knowledge, or something that your family's kept secret all this time that maybe you're going to present to me, and maybe I can go take this lead and go find something? In that case, yeah, you'll get a cut. She goes, but don't just be like, oh, well, you're related to the family, here you go, if you find something. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. So fascinating stuff. Here I'm in my house doing videos. I want to be out there, man. I want to be out there every damn day. It is so exciting out there. But right now it is kind of exciting at home, reading all these stories and all the shit that's going on. Biden's going to step down. Corona, army tents in the Central Park. They got their first arrest, maybe, It is kind of exciting right now. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and put that little treasure hunt on hold for a little bit. Take care.